Fellow Toastmasters and guests, I wonder if you, like me, have walked down the street and had a homeless person say hello and averted your eyes and walked the other way. I think we've all experienced that. And that's why Roger's speech, "I Can See You," was provocative and compelling for me. Roger, you are a master at vocal variety and pauses and using your voice to get your point across. When you say, "When are you too busy?" you don't just keep talking, you paused and let it sink in. When you said young, gifted, and Black, you stopped and let it sink in. I appreciated that because not only could I follow your speech very well, I also felt the emotional impact through your voice when you lowered it in the more serious moments. One of the things I think would enhance your speech even more and make it even more powerful, I noticed that you had a lot of space around you when you were speaking, and yet I realize this is Zoom, and I think we all feel very stuck in our own spaces in Zoom. Try to use the space a little bit better would help make your speech more powerful. Also, directionally, you have a lot of characters. You're telling us many stories throughout. And your characters you're referring to sometimes over here when you were discussing the hospital. And sometimes you were talking about Blake over here, but then when you addressed Blake, you would look over here. That's a common mistake and it can be fixed, and it will help us as an audience really keep your characters straight if your eyes are directionally focused at the same point for various characters ahead of time established. In review, your voice was eloquent and evocative and compelling, and it really drew me in and made me stop and think about what you were saying to us. However, I think if you move a little bit more to the sides and you specifically look at certain characters when you're speaking so we can keep them straight, it will make your speech even stronger. Roger, you said in the beginning you wanted to be Invisiman. It's very funny because I thought about that and I said, you know, it's a privilege to be able to be invisible when we want to be and be present when we want to be. The homeless, the people around us that don't have that privilege, well, they can't do that. They're often Invisiman and not for the right reasons. Your speech has inspired me to make everybody be Visiman. Mr. Toastmaster.